Okay. Look at this place. It makes it seem like it's going to be pretty big, right? Well, it's not. Unfortunately. But it is an immaculate area of design. It's got some really, really nice design work here. Look how tiny his head is. His head is Beetlejuice tiny. I will never understand why his head is so Beetlejuice tiny. And this is the greatest fighting area in PvP history that you will never PvP on. I'll never understand why you cannot come here. So delicious, but alas. And then we have the brass iron firekeeper, right? Ooh, and I can spend some souls on making Mel Gibson a little bit stronger. 25 faith like a beast.
Well, if you exit, if you want.
I don't think I have anything to reinforce my Estus with, right? A couple more humanities to spend. I also need to make a ton of boss weapons, which will be interesting, because that means upgrading a ton of other shit, right? Because you've got to do every single different reinforcement, which sounds like a really daunting task, but all you need to do is get a bunch of weapons to like plus 10. A bunch of shit weapons plus 10. It takes quite a lot of chunks. Or plus 5. It depends. Look at the difference in the shading on the chests. Can you spot the mimic by any chance? Shit's so obvious. Let's try and get one if we can. One Royal Sentinel. You can throw knives. Let's try and throw a bomb. There you go. And then he will come over here, but you have to be careful not to pull his friend, because his friend might make things a little bit awkward. That is a two-hitting move, that. Ooh, there goes his poise. There's the bleed. Interesting. Very susceptible to bleed, our kind sir is. These guys drop real good at souls, too. There's his thrust. There's the flinch. No bleed as of yet. There's his big slam. Do not hit his shield, you will get no damage from him. No second hit, sir? Really? See the aforementioned lack of damage just then? It's because I hit his shield. There he goes. So that curved chain away from us, not mimic. Non-curved chain, question mark, towards us, mimic. I wonder if we can get him to do his karate kick. He's another one who has problems turning. Unless he does that, of course. Is that the crystal halberd? Yeah, it's a strong weapon. Ooh, titty titanite. Exactly what I wanted. And then this guy who protects this way. This guy has so much range. Well, they all do, but it's look how big his spear is, and then when he augments the spear in the ways that he can, it's kind of crazy because he can shift his positioning on it, and depending on his hand positioning depends on how long it gets. There was the bleed. That's awesome. It's no Priscilla dagger and it's no gold tracer, but it's pretty sweet when you can get it stacking. Pretty sweet indeed. The sky does look a bit blurry. It could have really done with an up-res, but it still looks dramatic and really stylistic and very beautiful. Let's have a see. So, in Anor Londo we have the painting, we have a whole host of interesting weapons. We have a couple of covenants that we can mess with. That can be quite fun. Well, fun is in from an achievement perspective, I should say. Not really fun for anything else unless you want to actually do the covenants. There we go. It's funny how the muscle memory of throwing objects kind of just falls back into place after you've played for a little while. It's not easy to do some of the stuff that you can do in this game with the thrown items. He's going to shield bash me, right? No? He got the iframe just then, the armor from his shield. So, that's what I was waiting for when we were originally running around him and not getting hit. That has a deceptively bullshit back attack hitbox on it. And I managed to evade it a lot. But that was one of those times where perhaps there wasn't enough room for me to get into the right position, and it ended up clipping me. That's what I thought would happen. Sometimes his shield can push you into a place where you can't quite get around it. That can happen. It's just not as tight as the later games in a lot of things. But the IFA design is still beautiful because everything doesn't have ridiculous horizontal slashes all the time that hit you all the time and 50 attacks all the time, you know? They have a few moves. They have moves that cover each area, each range, and that's all they need. And for the most, they're quite fair. I just wish I could run under it. That's the one that hits you when you're behind them, because it's a longer sweep. Did you notice how the other one that he did? The other sweep stops a little shorter. Two very similar looking sweeps. If you get the combo one, he can hit you behind him. If he gets the other one, you're okay. If he does the thrust, you'll just go past him. There you go. Royal Sentinel falls. This is good to know. Not that you would ever not dodge, because most people just roll, but the benefits of not rolling sometimes is you can tend to get better counterattacks because you're closer and you have more stamina. So it's good to know. Additionally, you can farm chunks in the centre of the Anor Londo Cathedral, so it's good to be able to fight these enemies confidently. Because they are intimidating, they're very big. They're backed up by a Silver Knight Archer, who can be a knobhead. And there's two of them in quite close proximity, so it's kind of all the worst parts of things added together. Hey. Love it. So you can still do the jump then. It's nice to see. And he aggroes the moment I step out, alright? Whew! That's a backwards moving move. Has a lot of those. Wow! Dude, that fucking tail is legit! I couldn't see it! Dude. I cannot stand the flying attacks that this enemy has. Seriously. Stop being a bitch. These Oki's god tier. Do the slam, you dick! He's being a genius. Nice flinch. That guy just bodied me. That was sad. I've never seen him fly that much. Traditionally, he flies to get close to you, but when he's up close, he doesn't then go into flying moves. He usually tries to smack you a bit. That was weird. That was overpowered as hell. What a beast. Gets 2 thumbs down from me, douchebag. Demon Titty Knight. It's funny how many times I've leveled up the boss weapons so you can remember where pretty much all the Demon Titanite is. I think they missed an opportunity here with the underside of this bridge. I think it could have been another really cool dragon-esque bridge. It would have led to some cool invasion stories, but that's just not what they went for. Instead, they want you to fuck about on this. Which is everybody's favourite bit. Because figuring this out was definitely one of the trickier parts of Anor Londo. There he is. Nice dodge, dude. You should play Dark Souls. Oh, wait. So the guy that was obsessed with throwing knives... dies by throwing knife. I need to put this on. Yeah, we're alright. Okay, the rafters. Everybody's favourite part, right? Really good for PvP. Terrible for first playthroughs. Terrible for bad analogs. Especially if you've got one like mine. My analog likes to fight me. These guys like to throw daggers. If you don't push forward, he'll continue to throw daggers at you. You have to move. But you can bait this guy to jump sometimes. He didn't do it. Really? This guy's a genius. Do not move forward on these rafters when they are dying, because their bodies leave an invisible collision spot behind, which leads to bad things. You can sprint on these rafters, and it's easily doable once you're experienced enough in the game. But I wouldn't recommend it too much if you can avoid it. This guy usually jumps, yeah. And additionally, you can sprint on here and jump to the right instead of going to the ladder. So if you're confident in your movement and you're an experienced player, you can do a move here that will essentially make anyone trying to follow you, they have to do it as well or they will not catch you. And doing it when you're not used to doing it is not the easiest thing. That is a divine blessing over there. And that is that guy. Everybody's favourite. That did not work. Always preempt your running attack before you attack Painted Guardians because they have incredibly fast slashes. So it's always fun to get your move out first and not get cock blocked, because they will. And of course, to get the divine blessing, you have to jump to it, which I'm not going to do because there's no point. I don't need divines. I don't want divines, but it's cool to have. I think the fog looks interesting. That's a nice change. I do think fogs went from being incredibly intimidating factors of souls to just being fogs. I don't know if that's the game's fault though. That might just be my expectation of it that's at fault. And here comes the second gargoyle. So this guy, hopefully, won't be as big as a cunt as the last one was. He's trying to be, though. Yeah, he's trying to be. Shield bash. You can plunge attack these gargoyles if you let them fall into the staircase in front of me. That's a really good way of getting some cheesy damage. Thank you for that, sir. But we had that guy's number, luckily. Took a pretty crappy hit. It's to be expected. So because we went through the catacombs earlier, we should be able to get into Dark Moons now, which will be quite nice. As the invisible wall does weird things. That's still there, I see. As we go to the... Is this the Crypt of Gwyn? Technically. It's a cool statue. You don't really want to sit at this bonfire. There's the ring of the sun's firstborn, and then we have to pop on. Is it the Dark Moon Seance ring? Seance? Dark Moon Seance wrong? This thing. And it gets rid of the illusion. You have to use that ring too, you can't roll into that. And you have to find that ring in the catacombs if you know what you're doing. If you don't, good luck, it can be a bit of a nightmare to find. What did I have on before? Ah, this one. And now we can join this crappy covenant. And become the bitches that we were always meant to be.
Halt! This ton, if that here... O disciple of the Dark Sun.
The
thou
Dark
hast
Sun.
journeyed far.
I am a 7-year-old boy.
If thou shalt swear by the covenant to become a shadow of Father Gwyn and Sister Guinevere, a blade that then...
How'd this dude get a job? Barely speak. Give me that covenant, bitch. Give me them 25 points. Boom. Blue Eye Orb. Covenant established. Then I have to give, have to farm the goddamn harpies, don't I? That's a fun for the souvenir of reprisal. The good news is, the harpies are not as bad as the ears in the third game. The ears in the third game are borderline obnoxious, retarded, and stupid. So, it could be worse. It could be better, but it could be worse. And we're going to go into the painted world. Because I have the doll, and I really like the painted world. It's one of my favourite areas in the game. And I'm going to explore it, which I never do. But it gives me an opportunity to kill some of these stupid ladies. And then there's the giant room of knobheads. Did I mention they were fast? They're fast knobheads too. Ooh, painted guardian sword. Nice. That is exactly what we wanted to drop. Damn! 2. Probably never use those, but it's cool. If you preempt the jump, you can always interrupt them. If you don't do it soon enough, they will interrupt you. See, oh, you dirty fucking bastard. That is bullshit, game, and you know it. As if he could do that. Fucking lag teleports like a scrub. Love it. It's not even online. The bitch gets me. But as long as you preempt with a running attack and a fast one, you should interrupt them every time. Just be careful when you turn around and run away. If they press swing and they get the vortex that puts them in the vacuum of the backstab, they will stab you like you did then. And their weapon is a dex weapon. Dex weapons traditionally have high backstab critical modifiers, traditionally. It's the strength scaling that makes strength backstab so devastating usually. Just because those weapons are traditionally much more powerful in number. These guys are really good at rolling too. See that? That was an input read. The dude perfectly dodged. Did you see the other guy lift his shield, the frame I swung? I know that move, bitch. Stop spamming. Put your target shield away. But yeah, if you were watching closely then, as I swung for that guy, the guy on the left went like that. The frame. Literal frame that I did it. That's the computer being the computer right there. Not a problem on this game. Dark Souls 2, horrifying in that game. Dark Souls 3, also a problem. Bloodborne, equally horrifying. And that's the black iron armor. Always good. And then we can get screwed into the painting. So people that don't like Priscilla dying are not going to enjoy this video because she has to die. The problem is, she has to give me a fucking tail. And cutting off Priscilla's tail is a work of art if you do not have the right weapon for it. I don't remember the audio being so ridiculous in these zones. Not only can I hear nothing but cicadas in the dark root area, but in this area I can hear this twinkling. Kind of interesting. Let's even off my level. There we go. All that strength I'm never going to use. Do I have anything ridiculous to hit her with? Because I have a lot of strength, so I could put on a stupid strength weapon. Like that motherfucker. It could work. It could definitely work. It might not work, but it could. Okay. So, you're gonna jump at me, dude? Yes, you are. Then you two buddies are gonna do the same, and I'm gonna interrupt them. No, I'm not. I'm gonna get hit by them. I would really like more twinkling titanite. I need one more. This weapon is starting to show its age. It's been showing its age a lot, and I've just kind of got on with it. But in this zone, there's a lot of scrubbers, and it's not really what you want. Ideally. Come on, dickheads, I know you're there. They want to pull me into the trap. With their little broken straight swords. And the super bullshit jump attacks. But we don't have that. That nearly hit me. Slowest arrow in history. Okay. Here come the knobheads. Oh, damn! I got screwed. Fucking D-pad, man. If I'd have thrown a bomb when they were together, it would have mitigated the threat of that entire encounter. That's bad. That's a dangerous move, that. Fortunately, the Darkwood Grain Ring, really good at getting away from that suicide poison cloud that they have. Did he fuck off? He got his victory and he ran? What a bitch. Right. I don't have any more humanity? What a scrub. I also need to be in human form. So let's go up here, clear it out, and then we'll come back and scrub it up. Yeah, stupid game is stupid. Oh, and interrupts jump attack. Yeah, that makes sense. Scrawny man, no armor, infinite poise. More wonderful facets of the computer and their cheating ways. Oh, that was good. GG, buddy. He had just the right amount of knockback to take me off the edge because of the angle. I moved away from the wall so I could get the hit without hitting it. And it put me right in the place that it needed to put me for that to happen. This game's fucking evil, dude. And you still get those people like, when I play Dark Souls, I never die. That's funny, I die all the time. And I'm probably better than you. But it all depends on how you play, right? Like those people that go on YouTube videos and say, Dark Souls easy. Dark Souls is dead easy. With my Havel Shield. And my Dark Moon Blade Spear. There's nothing I cannot kill. With my +5 giant armor. And my Ring of Steel protection. With Havel Shield Ring. It is funny. It's the same with the people who diminish the value of level 1. The only difference in a level 1 playthrough is that I'm using a different weapon. No, that's not true. Don't have the same amount of stamina. Don't have the same amount of defense. Don't have the same amount of capacity to wear things. So yeah, completely misunderstanding what makes so level 1 difficult. Enough with the broken straight sword, you fucking scrubs. Mad annoying. You gonna come flying over, buddy? There he goes. This could be a problem. That's got 2 hits. Did he land on me? That was weird. You see how slow those wings moves were? Do you know what they remind me of? You know the Valkyries? The Valkyries have pretty much stolen that move. Next time you fight them, you know the 2 wing swipes they do? Super reminiscent. Excuse me. So I don't really want to farm these enemies until I'm a little bit stronger. And I say a little bit stronger, it's my weapon. My build is appropriately shitty. That was a counter hit, that's why he died. Or maybe the archer has less HP. That's also possible. Fucking hate archers. Yeah, I think he has slightly less HP. Interesting. Nice move, sir. Another... yeah. God, the straight swords are brutal. I don't know why I picked them up. I need to stop. These guys never drop anything good. Nearly fell off then because of the wobbliness of the physics when you collide. This game is fucking dumb, dude. Oh, hi. Where the fuck you come from, you? Scrub? That's all I wanted. Prick. There we go. Now it's starting to look pretty bad up there. I hate not being able to kill things quickly in this game. It's very important. So before I get the invasion, I'm gonna scrub out a quick run around to try and pick up the items. Hopefully I don't get killed. It's something that could definitely happen just because of how dangerous these enemies are. But it's just the torch hollows. And it's just the torch. The hollow's a bitch. It's the torch that's the issue. I always wondered what was in the cages. Anybody else? What do you think they released in these cages? Just one of those details, isn't it? Why release them here? I wonder whose order... What the fuck is going on? The audio in this game is weird. I accidentally turned my headphones up just then and the audio sounded really strange. That was disconcerting. So, we've got all kinds of bad stuff here. This is an ambush by these scrubbers. Bedus. Apparently I can't interrupt him, he's just too goddamn strong. You survived that? Okay. Not the best tool for this job, it must be said. Did I not repair this weapon, by the way? I repaired it. I definitely repaired it, yeah. I was going to say, if my damage is bad because I didn't repair it, then it's my own fault. But it's bad because I haven't upgraded it. And the upgrades make a massive difference. Okay. Time to go into the land of the pinwheels. I say pinwheels. Bone wheels. Can you imagine if there was pinwheels down here? Whoa, look at the lighting. That looks really different. Here he comes. Thanks for that. Never even touched me, but whatever. Nah, he touched me. I'll give him that much. Come on, friend. You know what you want to do. We both know what you want to do. Shit. I'm in trouble. I tried to do a jump attack then, and I did not get it. There's a few of them. Not to worry. Deal with them one at a time. The only real threat here is getting too many. But then, that would be a threat for almost anything, right? It's not just these fellas. They just have the ability to hit you without making you flinch. Which is what makes them so dangerous. Because they can stack damage on you, and you don't get the courtesy of being knocked down and being invulnerable from it. Like right now, this is not ideal, because the only time he stops is when he gets to the edge like that, or when he hits a wall. Which is why you want him to hit a wall. You don't want him to be doing crazy fucking parkour. There you go. And then there should be one left. And then after that, there's a couple of invisible walls where you can get into a bit of bother if you're not careful. Can you stop? Prick. Die faster. I'm an impatient man. Soul of a brave warrior. And we open the door. Is it down the well where the invisible walls are? I don't remember. Oh, no. That's definitely one, clearly. I did not press the trigger, game! What is that, dude? I was holding fucking block. That's so stupid. Hi. Bye. I don't remember if any of this is essential. I also remember one of these being really close to a Skelly Bob. Okay. Look at that. You dirty bastard.